Shadows in Rosewood Meadows. I couldn't sleep that night. Harris's face and that old newspaper article kept replaying in my head. Could it really be true? Could the man everyone here respects as our HOA president actually be Richard Hale, the infamous gang leader who vanished years ago? Maybe I was overthinking. Maybe it was just a resemblance. But then I remembered that shadow in the abandoned house. That wasn't imagination. My gut was screaming something wasn't right. The next morning, I went out to grab groceries. In the parking lot, I saw two neighbors whispering, their voices low and nervous. As soon as they noticed me, they froze, then forced quick smiles. But just before that, I caught one sentence. If anyone finds out about his past. They got into their car and drove away without another word. Their eyes carried only one thing, fear. Later that evening, I checked my mailbox. It was half open, like someone had been there before me. Inside, a folded piece of paper. No envelope, no name, just one chilling line. A cold shiver ran down my spine. Someone knew I was searching for answers. Worse, someone was watching me. I rushed inside, pulled out my laptop, and searched Richard Hale, Crime Boss USA. Dozens of old headlines appeared. Drug trafficking, illegal weapons, disappearances, a warehouse fire that left bodies unclaimed, and the same face staring back at me from every article. Harris, Hale, they were the same man. That evening there was a knock on my door. Mrs. Collins, one of the oldest residents, stood there, her hands trembling. "Daniel, you're new here. Let me give you some advice. Don't ask questions. Just follow the rules and enjoy your home." I tried to respond, but Mrs. Collins, she cut me off, her eyes glassy with fear. "The more curious you are, the shorter your time here will be. Rosewood Meadows is safe, but only if you stay silent." Before I could say anything else, she walked away. I watched her disappear into the night, realizing she knew more than she would ever admit. That night, past midnight, I couldn't sleep. I stood on my balcony, watching the silent street. Then a black SUV rolled slowly into the neighborhood. My stomach dropped. It was Harris. Wearing white gloves, holding a flashlight, he inspected each home. He peered into mailboxes. He shined his light onto porches, windows, even bedrooms. This wasn't an inspection. This was surveillance. When the beam of his flashlight landed directly on my window, I froze. My chest tightened, every muscle stiff with fear. The light stayed there for a second or two and then moved on. Only when his SUV finally turned the corner did I let myself breathe. A week later, I received notice that the monthly HOA meeting was postponed. Strange, but that night, near 11 p.m., I saw lights inside the community hall. I crept closer, staying hidden in the shadows, and peeked through a side window. Inside, Harris sat at the head of the table with 6 board members. Papers and maps were spread out. His voice was low but commanding. "Phase 2 begins next month. Dues will be doubled. Anyone who resists will be removed." One member hesitated, "But sir, some new residents are asking questions." Harris's eyes sharpened. "Remind them of the rules. Remind them what happens when curiosity goes too far." The room fell into tense silence. Then another board member asked quietly, "And what about the old house?" A slow smile spread across Harris's face. "That place is our most valuable asset. Nobody goes in, nobody comes out." My heart pounded. The old house. The same place I saw light inside weeks ago. Just as I turned to sneak away, my foot snapped a dry branch. "Did you hear that?" someone inside said. The door creaked open. A flashlight beam swept across the grass. My chest tightened as the light hovered inches from where I was hiding in the bushes. Seconds felt like hours. Then someone muttered, "Probably just a raccoon." The door shut again. I stayed crouched, barely breathing. That night, I made my decision. I couldn't stop now. I had seen too much. Back at home, drenched in sweat, I placed the anonymous note on my desk. "Stop digging or else." But it was too late. I wasn't stopping because the truth, the real truth, was hidden in that old, abandoned house.